Hello, everybody. Welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. We're here in summer of week 2. I'm the Outback Al.
Week 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, week 3. I don't know what week it is. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Hot for Justice.
I'm Chiba Noob.
Bless you.
Bless you.
And I'm NV Jitters.
And we watched things today. Today, this week. I watched them today.
Me too.
Yeah.
I watched them throughout the week.
Yeah, we watched The Abandoned Sacred Beasts, the third episode, the third episode of Kanata no Astra, and the second episode of that cute high love adventure Earth Defense thing.
Yep, just call it Defense Club.
Defense Club. I'll put the little thing right here for where you can skip to if you want if you're interested in a particular one. So I guess we just get into it. To The Abandoned Sacred Beast. What happened this week? We met the Minotaur.
Yep, we did.
Theo.
So yeah, I'm just gonna start calling him Tall Wolverine. And Grit Girl.
That's basically what he is.
Yep. So the girl from True Grit and Tall Wolverine, they meet up with Tits McGee, and then it's time to take the bull by the horns. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And yeah.
And we finally get some context as to why he's doing it. It's more mercy killing than anything else.
But I feel like we already knew that, and now it's just for the girl to figure it out.
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be what every single episode is, where it's like, I have to kill this thing. No, don't kill the thing. Here's why he needs to kill the thing. Okay, go kill the thing. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
I'm only really looking forward to, actually getting more backstory with Kane and what's going on with him and what happened to Elaine. Because I think we saw her body at the end of the video.
That or they're pulling a Ray, and the little girl that you were wondering about is clone Elaine.
Well, no, because, there are literally 2 feet, floating above them.
Yeah.
As he's talking to said little girl.
I'm just saying, I think I said an earlier one, you can check it, that he was probably she's an experiment that he built and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what is it with, the vampires and they just want to, experiment on people? And I feel like that's a common thing in, a lot of media nowadays. Am I crazy?
I mean, when you live for an eternity, you probably get bored at some point.
Yeah, but that's where you want to go with it. He doesn't live for eternity either. He's as old as everyone else. Is there what, early 30s at latest?
Man.
Well, I mean, vampires in general. You said it.
He has not lived long enough to get that bored yet. He's just weird. I think vampires are just weird people.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. I like vampires.
No, it's cool. It'd be interesting if we saw his werewolf-vampire showdown, but today we got the... Is anyone else noticing that these showdowns between Wolverine and whatever the monster of the week is are pretty short?
Yeah.
And I realize a lot of it is...
it's only a 20-minute show.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like that's what I came for, and it's I'm getting a lot more...
I think the main point of this episode was to see what he looks like in his full werewolf form.
Yes, he's a very sad werewolf. I don't mean that, I'm sad at his design. I'm he looks werewolfy, he's big, he's bulky, he looks like a furry's wet dream. But, yeah, he's just he has such sad... Yeah, get it out. He just looks so sad to be a werewolf.
Yeah.
The thing is I feel like having a show like this would work a lot better if we're in the 45-minute format
I agree with that.
23-minute format.
Right.
I can agree.
Yeah, I watched. I don't know if you guys ever watched Katana-gatari.
No.
But it was it was kind of a similar thing of go to a place, meet the person that you have to fight the person, win and get your thingy, move on to the next place. But they were double episodes. They were 45 minutes apiece, and it felt kind of Bebop-esque because it's you really felt like you got to know the character of the week. and actually care about them before the big fight where they might die or they might not, or I won't like spoil a series because it's a good series and like I actually think we should watch it at some point. But like, yeah, I think this show could have easily benefited from that because I don't know anything about Theo other than he was a scared guy who built a fortress because he was paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that the fight would have been a lot more climatic if we knew more about Theo and if it were longer and harder to beat him.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of disappointed because I was looking forward to fight with the Minotaur, and most of the episode was not that.
No.
And
most of it was again this exposition-y kind of stuff.
I'm wondering, how much of this series is going to be exposition?
It feels like a lot, because, because I watched the whatchamacallit, the little preview they have at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
I watched it this week, I watched it last week, I watched it the week before that. Each time they do it, it's less than 10 seconds that they preview. And
Right.
it's always just the fight and the monsters and all this stuff. But the monster's in it for about a minute.
Right.
So it's like that thing where they just cut up, where they make a trailer for a movie, and they put all the best scenes in the trailer, and that's it.
Yeah.
The trailer's better than the movie.
Yep.
And I'm kind of starting to get disappointed with this. Not
Yeah.
kind of. I'm starting to get disappointed with this. The
Yeah.
next one is the one that I was kind of looking for, other than the dragon, which didn't
Oh,
happen.
you mean the gigantic worm creature?
The dinosaur,
behemoth.
whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be a big
behemoth.
fight, but I have a feeling that the first 18 minutes of the episode are just going to be this exposition dump of here's what he's been doing. Oh, woe is us, all this stuff, and he's been such pain, and let's put him down. And then we're going to get 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes of an actual fight. And then...
What I would
nothing.
even just want them to do is maybe not even give us a fight episode. Just give us a whole episode explaining everything with Kane if you're going to do an exposition dump.
Yeah.
Just
that's
do
fine.
that.
That's fine. We could actually get to the villain at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like they tend to not get to the villain until halfway through these series, though. And I'm I don't know that I want to wait till the halfway through the series to get Kane.
I don't even think we're going to get through halfway through before we get to him. We might get there episode 10.
Because, well, I have to wonder if he's even going to show up in the season, because well, he showed up, but
Yeah.
how long is the manga?
I don't
It's
know.
7
or 8.
It's 9 volumes
Yeah,
now.
that's what I thought, and I don't know.
Wait, and isn't it still ongoing?
Yeah, it's still ongoing.
Shit.
But here's my question: how much are we covering right now?
Probably not a
I
lot.
have no idea.
It doesn't feel like a lot, and yet we're working through these monsters pretty fast. So I don't know if this one season is going to cover just the first volume or the first 2 volumes or what's going on.
Probably at least going to cover the first.
Yeah, they're on volume 10 right now.
It's probably going to cover the first 3 volumes, and maybe even then they're probably going to fudge some of it at the end just so they actually have an ending for the anime, as they do.
Yeah, because
Like I said
well,
last week, I think this... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, say your thing, because I can wait on mine.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I was going to say, that's why I think when I said last week it's only 12 episodes, I think it would have been a lot better if it was a 24-episode anime, so you would have had more time to develop character and each monster, and then you can have an extended fight.
You could have 2 episodes per monster. That could give us plenty of time for exposition in one episode and a big fight in the second episode. Or you, again, like we were saying earlier, just do the double episode thing. Either way would probably be better than what we're getting right now, because I feel like there could be a lot of development for these characters. I mean, they have a lot of stuff going on. They were in a war. They were experimented on. They've seen things that most of the people could never imagine.
Right.
So, yeah,
But I feel like it just boils down to this person is this character trope and is now going to be killed because he went too far with it.
I don't know, unless they make a season 2, because
I don't know if they can. I don't think they would.
Well,
Look at the ratings.
I'm looking here at just the volumes. In Volume 1, you have the Beast Hunter, the Minotaur Part 2.
There was a Minotaur Part 2.
The Behemoth Part 1, the Behemoth Part 2.
See, I would have done it like that.
Really?
I would
Yeah,
have
so, like,
episode
literally-
1 was not in that. Episode 1's not included.
Yeah, episode 1 starts as episode 2 episode 2 is volume 1 or chapter 1 or whatever, right?
Right.
But, like, we're still technically in Volume 1 right now in the anime.
Yeah, but it feels like they condensed 2 chapters into a single episode.
Yeah, it
Why
does,
would you
but,
want to
like,
do that? Because, like, I feel like you're losing a lot of stuff in there, probably.
what I'm saying is it feels like since there's 10 volumes right now and it's ongoing, to me, it seems like, and we're still on Volume 1.
Are we going to make it to Volume 5?
Well, question.
I don't know. That's why I'm saying maybe
and how many
there's more.
monsters are in Volume 1? Because it feels like we just condensed 2 chapters into 1 episode. So if they're doing it like that, we're going to get probably through the second volume by the end of the season.
There's 5 in the first. In the second volume, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and...
So we're 3 episodes in, we're already halfway through the first volume.
But 3 of those are one monster. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3.
Okay, so eventually you'd get something. Here's the thing, I don't know that I want to wait that long for it.
But the Dragon's Daughter doesn't come until Volume 3.
Are you serious?
Which
Wait,
we've
they skipped
already
ahead?
seen. Yeah.
Shit. So wait, the actual story starts at the very end of episode 2?
No.
Where does it start then?
It looks like it jumps all over the place.
Oh god.
So the story's not told in order in the manga.
No.
Great.
I'm very confused by this. I'm interested in maybe reading the manga. I don't know that I want to keep watching the show, though.
That's kind of like how I am.
Like, I was giving it the
honestly,
benefit of the doubt for the first couple episodes because I was like, the setting should be interesting and blah, blah, blah. I feel like we're not really taking advantage of the Old West setting. I don't feel like we're taking advantage of the fact that we have these super soldier monsters who are all essentially working with some level of PTSD and their own personal issues. And not to mention Wolverine's issues and everything else. I feel like we're just kind of glossing over everything.
I feel like we're watching what's supposed to be kind of like an Old West version of Attack on Titan half the time.
Yeah.
That's like not as good.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like, just in general. Like, this is not as good as something else we could be watching.
I don't know. I think that I'd rather read the manga, and
For sure.
I read a lot of manga too.
I probably pick it up.
Yeah.
Because again, the setting is good. The characters, for what we know about them, are fine. Like, the monster stuff is interesting. It's just, it doesn't feel like it's being executed very well here.
Yeah, it's just they're not telling a good story in the anime. Like, it's not translating well into video.
Yeah, I was getting really bored actually watching this episode. That's how bad it was. I'm like, I kind of feel like
here's a huge missed opportunity. You had a whole thing of, like, traps in this fortress that they have to go past, and they don't do anything with it.
You use a few of them.
Yeah,
you have a few of them, and
you
that's
could have
it.
actually had, like, a trial of this. Could have been a bonding experience for, like, the girl and the guy who are our main leads, who we're supposed to be connected with the entire time. Like, maybe she learns a little bit about him, maybe he learns a little bit about her. What do we actually know about the girl?
Like nothing.
Bad things happen to her, and that's it. And she doesn't want him to kill people at random. I mean, that's just... I kept, like, just seeing everything the girl was doing in this, and everything the guy was doing in this. I'm like, I've seen this in, like, so many other animes. No particular title is even coming to mind at this point.
Yeah, I mean...
It's like, I have to fight these people. Why do you have to fight these people? Here's why. Okay, fight these people, but I still don't like it.
Yeah, and he didn't even really give an actual reason for why he had to kill Theo, like...
No.
I mean, he's the silently badass protagonist. I mean, well,
I
feel
he
like
was destroying the entire town, building his fort.
Yeah, it was kind of fairly obvious why he was killing him, but...
Yeah, it was more implied and then at the end of the episode it became more implied as to why he was doing it, but I feel like he wouldn't come along to explain it until, like, a couple episodes later.
Yeah. And I thought
Like,
Theo's death scene wasn't too bad.
Nah,
I'll say that.
not really.
But I was watching it, and kind of this whole episode. Did you guys ever watch Firefly?
I've watched parts of
No.
it.
There was an episode. For those of you watching who haven't seen Firefly, see Firefly. It's pretty damn good. It's very short, but they have like these hour-long episodes. And there was an episode where the captain, well, he used to be in the war and whatnot. It's actually kind of similar to this in some degree, but he ran into an old soldier that he had fought with and worked alongside, and he was kind of on the wrong side of the law and a few other things, and it was like he was gonna screw over the crew and stuff was happening, and he had to kill his old friend. And like the guy that he had shared this very traumatic experience and like had a camaraderie with in that. I think they just did it a lot better there because you actually felt for not only the person, like the guy that was getting killed, but you also felt for the guy who had to kill him. Because like he didn't really give him much of a choice in that episode. And I feel like that's lost here. I just saw one guy kill another guy. I just saw two monsters pseudo fight, and then one guy just put another guy down, and yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's
acting like friggin'
nay
Wolverine. You can't Wolverine.
for
Yeah, I'm a
people
nay.
with this
I'm a nay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to say I am too.
This is what I'm gonna end up doing, to be honest, is I'm probably gonna read the manga, and then once the anime is finished, go back and watch just to see how it compares to the manga. But
You
Yeah.
want to do that? That's fine. I might read
Well,
the manga.
wait, hey.
I don't know.
How about we do this? Gav, if you want to do that, how about once it's finished up and you've read all the mangas so far, how about you come back and share your thoughts with us on that topic?
I'd be fine with
Yeah,
that. I'm just not going to watch the rest.
yeah, I'd do that.
Same.
I mean, that's
I
fine.
feel like it's almost unanimous. Envy, what do you think?
I mean, this kind of reminds me of in our college anime club where I was one of the only 3 people that wanted to watch Sword Art Online while the rest of the club. So I mean, I'm gonna watch it by myself. I already know it's gonna be a 3-1 vote, and I understand.
Hey, if it
Concerns,
gets
and
better, let us
I
know,
don't-
I guess. But
Yeah.
it's just not doing it for me
Yeah.
at all anymore.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I
Hey, baby.
it's not like I don't think it's perfect either. I do understand your concern.
Yeah.
I do get the internal struggle of Hank. I do like, and
I feel like if they
one thing
just showed it a little bit more, I would be interested, though.
One thing I do hope they don't do throughout every episode, like you mentioned earlier, is I hope they don't repeat the same thing. Nancy is, oh, don't kill them, even though you saw how berserk Theo was going at the end, and it's like don't repeat the same.
I grant you, this is like only the second time she's actually seeing this happen, but it just it feels so much like this is exactly what every episode's going to be, to some degree.
My whole thing is what I would have liked to have seen. You give her a shotgun. Why don't you give her the magic bullets?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, did you see her shoot? I don't think I would.
I mean, yes, but honestly, it would make for something a little more entertaining.
It would give
she
her
could
a
at
reason to
least
be there,
get in-
that's something.
Get in on the action. Yeah.
I mean, maybe that'll happen later. I'm not going to be around to see it.
Yeah.
Me and Gab will come back with our opinions for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Please do. At the
Something
end of
like
the
that.
season, we'll have a little thing about it. But yeah, So yeah, we're not watching this next week. At least most
Nope.
of us aren't watching this next week.
Oh wait, now we now gotta pick another show to fill its place.
Yeah, so whatever we pick, we'll let you guys know on. I had someone comment that apparently Copcraft was good. We'll see about that.
Oh, it's fantastic. It is.
Really?
I would.
How many episodes are they in?
Oh,
already?
it is. Just 2 right now.
Only 2?
Okay.
We
Yeah,
could
you can
start
easily
that
find
for
it.
next week.
I would
Yeah.
highly recommend show. It is basically, it has the same kind of gritty tone as Cowboy Bebop, but instead of it being, a space western, it's a detective crime show.
It's a what show?
Okay.
Ooh,
Detective
detective.
crime.
Detective crime show.
Okay.
All right, I'm fine with that. Copcraft next week.
Cool. Where can we find it?
It is
Oh,
on
I'm
Hulu
gonna
right
find it somewhere.
Oh, Hulu? Okay.
Yeah.
Should we, since it'll be episode 3 for it next week, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna have to watch episodes 1, 2, and 3, and probably just recap all of that for next
That's
week.
fine.
Then.
Yes.
Play a bit
We've
of
done
catch
it
up.
But
before.
the good thing about the first 2 episodes is that they're continued one after the other. Like each one has a to be continued. So
Okay, so it's a
one-
continuing story, kind of.
Yeah.
So the intro is like all of it.
I mean, each episode is its own thing. It's just each episode ends on a cliffhanger.
Okay.
Oh well, you could kind of say that of like any of the shows that we're watching right now. I mean, it is a
Yeah,
continuing
but it literally
story.
has a JoJo to be continued at the end of each episode.
But it's not like each one's like a well, I guess everyone has to be
No,
self-contained,
no,
but it's not
no.
like this like the Monster of the Week stuff we're watching.
No.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Okay.
It's a progressing story.
Okay.
All right, I'm down for that. Let's watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, and the main dude's hot.
And, well,
I
the main
just-
dude was hot in this one. I mean, that doesn't really matter much.
Yeah, that's
to me.
true. But detectives.
All right. Anyway, I guess we'll move on. So Kanata no Astra episode 3.
Yes.
This we're getting. Speaking of going from a cliffhanger to continuing plot, we're talking about this time the saboteur
Yes.
and all that.
I'm
stuff.
glad they spent this episode focusing on who the saboteur was and not just brushing it off till later in the season.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
glad
it went
that was
straight into that.
addressed.
I like that's one of the things I was saying earlier about the series was like it feels realistic in like that sense of like, yeah, this you deal with this now. You don't wait. You can't
Well-
wait around to deal with problems in space.
And another thing is like, considering how shows like this one go, like formula-wise at least, they don't bring up something that's like really sort of more plot relevant until like, say, much, much later. So the fact that they brought it up the episode after was actually like pretty good on their part.
A little refreshing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only the previous show we were talking about did that. No, but yeah. So this episode, yeah, we're just kind of going around, kind of taking stock of all the characters that are there, and kind of figuring out like, well, what would motivate this person to do this? What would motivate this person to do that? I don't know that much about this person, and blah blah blah. Kanata's trying to figure it out, and he's not stupid, but he's not the smartest person, so it's a little.
No.
This is not going to be easy for him to figure out. But then they have a hull breach, and stuff starts going wrong with the ship.
Wait. Before we do the hull breach.
Oh yeah, the other thing.
Backtrack.
Backtrack.
We
Sorry.
find out why Funi was adopted, and
Oh
also
yeah, why do you
sent
bring a
along
5-year-old
with
into
them,
space?
Why they brought a 10-year-old into space?
Oh,
Yes.
a 10-year-old, sorry.
Yeah. Well, they brought her into space because she was going to join the B5 team. B5 team being their class, and
Eliminate them
she was
all.
going. Yeah. Like.
Oh, yeah.
Someone wants them all dead.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was like, when she was being, and she's in the orphanage, and they were talking about her adoption. They were like, put her in B5 and eliminate them all. And so they're talking about how Fumi, and how the because that was on the same month that, Ares transferred to their
Yeah.
school. So they make it sound like both of those things happening aren't just coincidences.
And also, the one student, his father is the vice principal of the
Yeah,
school,
and the
apparently.
vice prince. Yeah, and he doesn't like his son very much.
Nope.
I wouldn't either, but he's a dick. I know
Yeah,
he
he's
probably
a little
has
bit
reason,
of a bitch
but
baby.
he's a dick.
It's a bitch baby.
No, but yeah, so now it's like, and they're also wondering if like the saboteur is like wanting to kill everybody and kill themselves, and like that's a dangerous suicide
That's a
mission
dangerous line
kind
of
of thing.
thought. That's a dangerous line of thought to go
Yep.
down.
But then the
then-
whole breach, and then they all have to work together.
Yes.
And yeah, and then the little uh-oh moment at the end. Apparently, the kid who looks like a school shooter has a
Urkel.
gun.
Yeah.
I almost feel like that's kind of a red herring in a way.
It
Could
is.
he be
It
our
absolutely
culprit?
is.
Possibly.
It was sorry. It was like really cool too because they had the problem with like the hole and the system like going down and there was like that bird
Yeah.
thing that was on the like the ship, and they had to like stop its flight or else like the thing wouldn't activate.
Right.
So he was like, "Oh, give me your like glue gun, cement gun thing,
Yep.
and I'll shoot it because I taught myself how to shoot." And you're like, "Wow, he did something really good."
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, you're like, "Oh no, he has an actual gun. What's he gonna
Firearms
do?"
were made illegal 100 years ago.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out two things from the scene. One, I like the creative solutions to difficult situations. I like that this show does that because that's, yeah, it reminds me of like The Martian or like practical space media where it's like, here's your situation, here's what you have available. Did you guys ever like see Apollo 13? They had a
Yes.
similar thing in there where they had to fix an air. They had a lot of problems on that ship.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah.
one of the things was like they had an air filtration system for two separate air filtration systems for their two separate pods that they were in. One was square and one was a circle. They had to somehow fit the square one into the circle one so that they could breathe. And it was like
Oh.
they had to figure out how to do that. And it's like, what do you have available? We have a screwdriver. We have our manual. The package of the manual came in, some duct tape, and a bag of lunch. And you have to
Duct tape.
figure out.
Duct
well, yeah,
tape.
they used
duct
all of it,
tape.
but it's like it's. And granted, it's what they did was not that complicated. But yeah, use the glue gun to take down the bird to do all of the. I like that they're doing practical and interesting solutions to kind of out there problems. Like,
Yeah.
when has a bird on a spaceship ever been a problem?
It's a turgan. That
Oh, yeah,
was
it's
a
a turgan.
turgan.
Yeah.
Hee.
I
Baby.
also like the camaraderie they have with each
Yeah.
other and how they're starting to slowly get accustomed to each other to help each other out.
And we seem to have gotten a little bit of backstory on Yunhua.
Yeah, no one likes her, I guess. Can I point out one other thing about that glue gun shooter scene?
Yep, yep.
That
Go ahead.
is the one reason, because like up until that scene, I was like, up until like they have to start going around and fixing everything before the ship crashes, I was like, yeah, it might be Emo Kid. But as soon as he was like helping them out actively, I was like, yeah, no, he wants to live.
Well,
Yeah.
here's one thing that he said. He's gonna take anything that he can to make sure that he survives. So
That's fair.
him helping them helps him survive.
And
Not
if-
saying it is him, but that is also his line of logic.
I get that, but that's why I
But-
think it's not him.
But also,
Also,
if you think
yeah,
about
he's
it,
too obvious.
well, no, I was gonna say that if the person who was trying to take them down was on a suicide mission, they
would
wouldn't
not
be
be
so
trying to
concerned
survive.
about. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. And that's
So-
like, yeah, he wants to live, which means he can't be a suicide guy. Which makes me think that's Glasses Girl.
Yeah, because she's way too useless and clumsy to survive
Wow.
in her entire life. I mean, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Like, I know I feel bad for her,
Throwing
but at the same time,
shade.
I get it.
but if you're choking on random water that just happens to be floating in space,
Well, zero gravity, I think that would become a problem.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But if it went up her nose, I'd be like, yeah, that's a problem. But if it went in her mouth, I'd be like, okay, just spit. You can
I almost feel
expel
like she's
air from your
acting
lung.
stupid to hide the fact that she's guilty. That's just my theory.
That's possible. Though you could say the same thing about Ares.
She's actually been a lot more of these last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
It almost seems like the pilot episode was like a fluke or something like that.
Maybe, but yeah. I'm interested to see, like, they brought up a thing about her eyes. That probably has something to do... That's some kind of clue as to why she was chosen to be placed on that, I think. Because her eyes look weird. And the cook noticed something, and he made a rather mysterious thing of, like, they remind me of someone that I haven't seen in a very long time. I'm like, all right, you got a backstory coming pretty soon, I bet.
I mean, I know that's a medical condition when you have 2 different colored eyes. I forget what it's called,
It's
but
dichromatic, I think, something
usually
like
not
that.
deadly,
But that's
is
It's
No.
heterochromia.
heterochromia.
So she's related to somebody that the guy knows.
Not necessarily.
Well, odds of like having similar a genetic thing in 2 people would probably be pretty rare if they weren't related, wouldn't it?
Well,
If they
no.
manifested in the exact same way.
I mean, I've met at least a handful of people who have heterochromia, and they're not related at all.
But
And they
did
have
they all
varying
have-
degrees of heterochromia.
Yeah, I was about to ask, are they all the same kind of heterochromia?
Some of them have varying ranges. One girl that I knew had 1 brown, 1 blue. Another person I knew had like 2 different shades of, like, say, like a brownish hazel.
Okay.
Another person sort of had like differing shades of green, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but if they had all been 1 brown, 1 blue, and both on the same eye, wouldn't you have kind of been like a little more suspicious of whether they were related?
No,
Really? I
not
might be.
really.
Anyway.
I mean, I don't usually think of that sort of thing as like necessarily genetically inherited, only because like
I thought we said it was a chromosome thing.
yeah, but that's during your chromosome swap, and if your chromosomes are getting copied over and like there's a mutation when they're getting copied over, like
All right.
then that's what causes a mutation. It
I
doesn't
still think-
necessarily mean you inherit it.
I still think just for the fact that he like made a point of it, it's gonna come up again.
Oh no, I'm
And,
sure it
like,
will.
They all have to be connected somehow for someone to want to kill all of them. I mean, we know how the sisters are connected.
Mm-hmm.
I still say that the little one's a love child that some people didn't want to know about. Don't want other people to know about.
Yeah, I'm still leaning
Yeah.
that direction myself.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll find other reasons that everyone needs to get killed off. I mean, like, if you're gonna, and again, I don't mean to, like, just put it all on glasses, but, I mean, if they've been mentally abused for that long, I mean, it might be easy to manipulate them into wanting to kill off their classmates and commit suicide. They could be the agent of destruction, at the very least.
Maybe.
So,
Anyway.
but I'm sure I am more than willing to bet Ares is gonna like talk to them whenever it's revealed and be like, "But no, you have friends. You are a good person." Blah blah blah, and they'll have a big change of heart and everything will be better.
Yeah.
And
We'll see.
yeah,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Okay, so for the show, I'm assuming still a yay all around?
I'm still a yay. It's going places,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm
I'm
interested to
definitely
see
a
where
yay.
it does go because it's
Okay.
like we were saying earlier. It's not lollygagging on plot elements,
Nope.
and
Like they got
yeah.
like they got here a lot faster than I thought they would, so let's see where it goes next.
yeah, like
and I feel like at least the next episode is going to be them exploring this new
Yeah.
planet and what it.
yeah.
And if they bring that black hole thing again, I swear to God, do not do it again.
You just got to
Well-
cue the Jaws every time it shows up.
Ah.
Someone is trying to kill them, so.
No, I get that, but recycled plot elements. Do something different.
Hey, if it worked the first
Oh.
time, try it. Keep trying it until it keeps working. I mean, if it takes them right back to the
mean-
same spot, they don't have a ship to get out then.
That's true.
But it's part of the plot.
Yeah. One could almost say it's
Maybe
a.
instead of 1 sphere, it'll be 2 spheres.
One could almost say it's a plot hole.
What was that?
I don't know, a laugh, I guess. Anyway, we have anything else to talk about on this one?
Nope.
Do we think that anyone else could be the saboteur other than Glasses?
Char.
What was that? No,
Char.
he wants to live, man.
I don't know. I don't trust him for some reason.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to, but yeah, no, I don't think yeah, no. I don't think it's him. It's too obvious.
Yeah, no.
I'm still a yay on this one.
C.
Yeah.
Everybody feeling that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So, we'll be going on to episode 4 with this thing next week. Any other thoughts on it?
Nope.
Okay. Moving on, we have Defense Love.
You ever get so pissed off about not being able to break your chopsticks correctly that you turn into a monster and try to threaten to blow up the entire school?
Yes, it's happened.
Hey, I mean who
And
hasn't
you also,
been there, right?
are you also a group of interdimensional villains who are led by a talking hedgehog that instead of trying to take over the world, they're going to start small by taking over a small high school?
I mean,
They are not interdimensional beings. They go to this high school.
Sonic told me to create Death the Kid to kill my classmates.
Okay, well, when you say it like that, it sounds more fun than the episode was. Decent description, though.
God.
They explained that zombie thing that you guys said to me last week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much else going on.
Nope.
That was a. How long did it take you to wrap up that entire story? 10 seconds?
About
Less?
20 seconds, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much, yeah.
I mean,
They find someone-
The only, yeah. The only real purpose of this episode was to actually formally introduce who the villains were, and
Yes.
then to just
Villains.
that's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. I'll say this. The
also,
hedgehog
to
voice
explain
was
why
funny.
the teacher can still move.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of exposition dumpy, which most episode 2s are for this kind of genre, so it's keeping in
Yeah.
line with that. I got some chuckles here and there. I like the hedgehog, that was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
They made the chopstick man come. There's no other way. There's no other way to describe how they look at the end. They just came.
Yep.
Okay.
They came in a shower of love. And
I mean,
that's
yeah.
Yep.
He didn't get his fortune cookie. He got a fortune, all right.
oh.
Blondie is way too
Okay.
into it, in my opinion. Like the other group of tropes is yeah.
Even though they're two different characters, Blondie kind of reminds me of Honey Senpai from War on High School Host Club for some
know,
reason. I don't know.
The school looks like Oron. From they have
kinda.
like a sky view every time. And it just reminds me of that. I don't know why.
I guess. Also, I'm pretty sure they go to an all-boys school.
They do.
Well, of
Yeah.
course, we don't want women involved in this.
Much to Rio's disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like that one dude from Free. He'll be into guys before too long.
Wow.
Okay, am I crazy? Because like I watched the little preview at the end. Was there a Free poster in the background?
No?
I don't know.
It was
I don't know.
basically...
It was right before the guy got naked. Yeah. Someone saw a Free poster and then they got naked. That makes sense.
No, that's not what that was.
All right, if you say so.
Well, no, because it was actually a poster for, I guess, like, this male competition kind of thing that they have going on at their school every month, like
Oh.
best dude in the school, that kind of thing.
we'll
They
get
have it
there.
the 27th of every single month.
Yeah.
We'll get to that episode.
Oh, yes. I remember this episode very well.
Am I gonna like that episode better than this? Because it's like, I'm not really feeling it that much, if I'm gonna be honest.
The next episode's gonna get kind of weird.
I'm usually fine with weird. Like,
The whole series is weird, man.
I get that. And I'm usually fine with weird. I've watched plenty of weird series. Fully Cooley is one of my favorite series. But I just, like, I realized it was a setup for the monster, but, like, I feel like they wasted, like, 10, 15 minutes at the beginning of the episode talking about nothing. And I don't want to Lucky Star joke again, but
Tea?
would it...
Tea!
Well, that wasn't tea in that. It was a different food. But
I know.
Yeah. I'm like, just get to whatever you're trying to get to.
Right.
And I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like, my whole thing about this episode was it's kind of like part of why I'm like very much, don't break your chopsticks like uncleanly in half because it brings bad luck. Like, that was like part of it's kind of like it's a bad luck sort of thing to not break disposable chopsticks cleanly in half. So, like, for them to not be perfectly symmetrical is considered like a bad thing, especially if you're OCD.
Well, this guy was super OCD, and then
Yeah.
you know what I think is like happening? It's like these guys show up and they have their own little transformation sequence. It's like they show up and just turn wherever they're at into like a comment section on the internet. Just rage and hate and everyone just throwing shots at everybody else over nothing, basically. I think that's the main thing I got out of this. It's like, hey, you touched my chopstick. I'm gonna kill you now. You're Hitler. And yeah, that's... I don't know.
I did like the fact that they played around with the fact that the wombat can't be too far away from the teacher, otherwise the body starts to decompose. I did get a couple chuckles at that.
Yeah, a little bit. Again, it's like I'm getting little chuckles here and there with the show. It's just... I don't know. I felt like I was having a lot more fun when we were watching Tokyo Mew Mew. As weird as that sounds, me saying that in general. But
You were watching the dub.
that's
and that's
true. If this was
basically-
dubbed, this might be better.
That's like
You were going full
almost
4
in a
kids.
bridge series.
Hey man, sometimes full 4 kids is the only way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't it better whenever you guys started watching the dub?
I mean, I was kind of like enjoying the nostalgia of watching the original, but then when I watched the dub and went back and watched it, I was like, oh my god, I do not remember it being this funny.
Right. And yeah, I'm just not getting that this much with this show.
That's okay.
It's not really meant to so much be funny as it is more just to poke fun.
Okay, you're gonna poke fun but not be funny?
I mean, another thing with that is Japan's sense of humor is a lot different from American sense of humor.
And I get that.
Yeah.
So a lot of
But-
things are definitely lost in translation.
Oh, like all the food shit.
Oh,
for
all
sure.
of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything that N says is just like I'm
Who?
sure the blue one.
Glasses?
No.
No.
Blue outfit.
Okay.
Lazy tired
Nap
boy.
Oh, the one I related to the most during this.
Yes.
Yeah, he says things that are like
No, I
Bald-
was feeling him at the end. It's like, let's do this. I want to go home.
his like the tangents he goes off on are like supposed to be really fucking funny, but it kind of gets lost in translation with us.
Because we don't necessarily understand, like, the puns that he's making.
He's making puns?
He's making puns for at least the good first couple minutes of episode 1.
Yeah.
That whole conversation that they're having in the bathhouse, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I really don't know what else to say here.
If it makes you feel any better, Al, I'm not. I wouldn't mind, I guess, watching it once in a while, but I'm not fully invested either. I'm kind of.
It's okay.
I understand why it's being popular, but
Okay, I'm gonna render a verdict real quick for myself, but it's gonna
Okay.
have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to answer me a question real quick.
Yes.
How weird and enjoyable is the next episode, in your opinion? Because you said it gets weird, right?
Yeah. Well,
Because I'd
guess.
be willing to give it another episode if it's entertainingly weird in the next one, but if not, I don't really care to continue.
Gav, would you describe it as fun weird or cringy weird? Because I'm trying to remember, and I feel it's more borderline cringy than it is fun.
I think it'd be more so like, what the fuck, why am I watching this kind of weird?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm asking myself that a little bit, but it's not, like, in a bad way just yet. But I guess it's a
Like,
little
the
bit
next
of a bad
episode, it just gets so weird. I'm pretty sure I did not like episode 3 all that much.
Way. Yeah, I think it's an A for me.
Okay.
I mean...
yeah, I have to respectfully say an A2 for me.
Okay. Other opinions?
Gav, what are you feeling?
I mean, I've already watched it, so I don't care.
I mean, me
Abstaining.
too.
And abstaining?
Yeah.
All right, we're dropping
So it's
it.
an A. Okay.
No more cute high earth defense love. Did I get that right?
Defense Club love.
Defense club love.
You were
Yep.
so close.
So close.
I'm
You
a
have to pick
little disappointed I won't see much of the hedgehog, but I think I can live with that.
We didn't even get to the koi fish. Well, not
It's
koi
a-
fish, the
Oh,
goldfish.
Whatever.
It's okay, you can just look at mine and Chibi's Tumblr posts from like forever ago when we watched it.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I'll
even
do
remember if
that.
I still have all that on there or if I deleted a lot of it off.
Okay.
We were like semi-popular Boebu bloggers.
I would not even say I was popular. You were way more popular than I was.
I got some follows for it, but I still get notes on my EO Ryu posts, like, sometimes.
I get the thing is it's very weird. I'll get no reblogs on those posts for like months at a time, and then sporadically like a bunch of people all will just do the thing. And I'm like, where are you coming from? Why are you crawling back out of the dirt?
Who knows? Maybe they found a Hat in Time thing that had a link to your stuff.
Probably not.
Anywho, we're dropping this. We're gonna have to pick up something else as well, and it'll have to be an older or a previously aired one. So, what are we thinking? Because might as well just. I mean, we decided on Copcraft in this one. We might as well decide what we're doing next anyway.
What were some other already premiered shows that we had on our list from the beginning?
Well, my thoughts were, like, we could just have one person pick something, because if I'm remembering correctly, Yin had Ergo Proxy, because that was what they wanted to watch, and then we watched Devilman, which was one of my picks,
Yes.
because I
Yeah.
hadn't seen it. Then we watched Tokyo Mew Mew, which was Gav's thing, and Chibi, yours was this.
Yes.
Sorry we didn't get through your pick.
It's fine.
But
I wasn't expecting us to. I was more expecting you to be like, why did you make me watch this? Which was the reaction that I got.
know
so.
why you made me watch it. I mean, that's... Yeah, but we could either go back into a rotation, or we could have Envy pick if he's going to be joining us regularly now.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have anything off the top of your head? Or I have, like, a Google Doc I could send you. Wow, that was loud. You have a Google Doc I could send you real quick.
Sure.
Could you text me your email or something real quick? Do I have your email?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. We don't need to put it out on the internet.
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, we'll get a bunch of people.
You never know, man. People will find a way to troll. This episode taught me that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while we wait for Al to send me the stuff, I'll go a little serious. I'm sure all of you guys heard about the unfortunate arsonist attack at Kemono Animation today.
Yeah, that was
in
bad.
Japan. I want to give my thoughts and sympathies to all the friends and family of those who were killed.
Yeah.
That was sad, because I didn't watch a ton of their stuff, but I feel like I watched enough that was like, that's a real loss, because they had a lot of great things and a lot of good people working there.
Yeah.
And they also churned out, like, a lot of the really, like a lot of really popular animes quite recently as well, so...
I mean, I feel like they've always kind of thrown out popular stuff, but... I don't know. I don't know why someone does that, is the thing.
Because people are fucked up?
Yeah, I guess so.
They were free.
What?
Yeah, they made free.
Yeah.
KyoAni made free.
I thought you like meant the arsonist went free. I'm like, I hope fucking
What?
not.
No.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm looking at your list, and I already can tell you what my biased one would be, because it's my favorite show of all time.
Okay.
So...
Which one?
Steins Gate! Yo!
Oh, Steins Gate? Oh, wait.
Rewatch Steins Gate?
Didn't we already agree that the rules were that we weren't gonna watch anything that was based off a video game?
Kind of.
Oh.
But that was like based on the idea that we were just gonna play Steins Gate. I don't know if we're gonna do that or not, or what do you guys thought? I mean, I'm fine with it if you guys are, but if you guys want to hold off on that, we can watch something else.
I mean, I'm good with watching Steins Gate again. I mean...
We have all seen it already, so it's
That
not like
is
anything's gonna get
true.
spoiled for us.
Yeah, also, I did really like this one, so... We're definitely probably gonna finish that one for sure.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. I can go on and on discussing that show.
Okay, so
Yeah, why not?
that one's like a 26 episode, if I'm remembering
25
correctly?
episodes,
25?
including the OVA.
Do we want to do 2 episodes a thing for that? I'm like trying not to bog us down too much with a lot of watching stuff, but I feel like that one's an easy one to get through. Like if we're just watching it.
Like 2 per episode, like per anime episode. Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Yeah. I'm just like thinking like I don't know that we want to spend 25 weeks on it is all.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. So next week we'll be watching. Oh God, we will have a lot to watch. We're gonna have to watch the first 3 episodes of Copcraft, a Kanata no Astra, and then 2 episodes of Steins Gate.
Well, I know how I'm spending my Sunday.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully for you guys, Copcraft comes out on Mondays the same day as the 2 abandoned.
Oh, thank
Okay,
God.
that's good because I was about to be. I didn't even think of that. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, what if this comes out on a Friday and we don't have like the thing for? Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, all right. So that's all good. That's all settled. And yeah, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Not really.
I'm good.
Okie dokie then. All right, well, we'll see you guys. Well, I already explained what we're watching, so we'll see you guys next week. And yeah, let us know what you think of any of this stuff, or you're really pissed that we dropped things. I don't know. Deal with it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.